a very good night in the Champions League for both Spurs and Manchester City. It would seem, Stuart, that Tottenham's recent woes all disappeared tonight. It genuinely all came right on the night.
Certainly did. A real contrast. Exactly what the club needed, I think. You know what I mean? A big scoring victory and a bit of confidence back in the group.
Just what they needed before they go to Anfield.
They sorely needed it, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was a good game for them in many respects. Poor opposition, but Son looked lively again. And Kane's actually done all right recently, you know, even though they've not been playing well. But a game like that gives everybody, it just calms things down. Plenty of touches on the ball, forwards getting in, chances, scoring goals. It's just feel good factor around the place will lift, especially in training the next few days. But it's no good if you then
go to Liverpool
and don't perform.
Yeah.
Is it amazing, or in some ways is it just blindingly obvious how much a good result transforms the atmosphere at a football club?
Oh, 100%. I mean, they talk about in football, you know, about Pepe creates a fantastic environment and all this, and I get that. But I tell you what, if you're down the bottom of the league, to turn around, I never see anyone in the bottom three saying we've created a fantastic environment at our football club. You're beholden to results so much, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, returning, Dele again, more minutes, got his goal as well, as you said, Sonny, the goal as well. It was just positive after.
Well, the thing with Tottenham, they've got a hell of a good squad, good players. And good players generally get themselves out of trouble by working together and showing their talent. I mean, they've had a bad spell, the confidence is low, which can happen to any team. I can't see it lasting.
What's either of your take on what Jamie Carragher said on the Monday Night Football, that this particular squad is at the end of its cycle? Because it is cyclical, isn't it? Not just success in football, but squads. You change teams.
What I would say is this, is when you look at all the players individually, how many of them have played better in the past than they're delivering now? And probably the bulk of, I know they're not playing well as a team, but the bulk of them, the two central defenders, a lot of their players, the goalkeeper maybe was better 4 or 5 years ago than he is now, and a lot of players. So I can quite understand, I concur with that.
Yeah, I think every team has a lot. I think there was a game 2 weeks ago, they started 7 players who'd been there, he had 7 players in the team who'd been there longer than him. So it's not always about the manager. Sometimes a player can get a bit flat at a club, you know, the monotony of it, the routine. I know that sounds ridiculous because they're earning lots of money, but it's not about the money. You know, lifestyle, you get comfort.
Yeah, you do.
Gerard Houllier used to call it the comfort zone. Players get in a comfort zone. And sometimes
Lose
you need
the hunger, lose the edge.
Yeah, and I think that's happened to too many of them.
Back end of my career, I was 35 and I moved to Newcastle and got another 5 years out of the game from the age of 35. If I hadn't have left Forest, I would never have played 5 years. Never in a million years.
New challenge.
A new challenge, and then 2 years later it's a new challenge, a new targets, a new public to impress.
Yeah, that's the key.
You know?
Yeah.
Quick word on City. Went a goal behind, but 5-1 winners.
Sterling again.
Sterling once
Patrick.
again.
He looks sensational at the moment.
Yeah.
I tell you the biggest quality, take away his talent, the fitness levels, the ability to keep producing the runs he does, because he runs, you know, that high intensity sprints with and without the ball, and his defending. I don't know if you saw, was it when he chased Zaha back?
Yeah, made the tackle, bottom corner.
He is doing something right off the field, more importantly, than on it. It's looking after itself, but he is living life right. And I mean, credit to him. He's been magnificent. I don't know if he can get much better.
OK, we're now going to introduce a new feature to this show. It'll be every Tuesday, and in the future, I'm sure we'll have expensive graphics and a lot of razzmatazz around it. But given that we only thought of it today, we haven't got that tonight. But it's basically the moment of the weekend. It could be anything. It can be a bit of skill. It can be a gentlemanly gesture. It could be anything whatsoever. Our guests will determine what they think is the moment of the weekend. So we've given you both the task. Stuart, what was your moment of the weekend?
For me, having played in non-league football for a number of years and got the opportunity to play in the first round proper, and that was exciting as a non-league player. Chichester getting a bye and the celebration that they flew
This is them when they heard the news that they've got the bye, which of course was created by Berry.
So that is brilliant. So they're straight through to the second round, giving money to Berry as well, a donation to Berry, we believe.
Well, they get 36 grand for being in it. Now, they actually got some criticism for celebrating Berry's unfortunate position. Is that harsh?
Yeah.
Ridiculously harsh. Yeah, listen, this is all about Chichester getting through to the second round now.
Well, not getting through, getting a bye.
They're there. It doesn't matter.
They're one game
to
away
get
from
to
a
that
big one.
stage, they've probably played at least 4 matches. At least 4, maybe more than that. Give them some credit, Jeff. Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Cynical old man.
I'm
Isn't he?
playing devil's advocate. They're on the 8th tier. Good luck to them. And the fact they've made a gesture towards Bury, fantastic. Right, that's a lovely moment. Top that.
I think Haringey Borough coming off the pitch and the way they dealt with the racism. With Yeovil's, you know, the Yeovil players and management deserve credit as well, I should say, in making a joint decision all together, backing each other.
Solidarity, wasn't it?
Solidarity, yeah, is the word, and they supported each other. I think it's a massive moment in many ways. I think it's going to set a precedent. I think it's, you know, there's been a lot of talk about it. Some people with mixed views, fair enough, not every, but I personally think with the way it's got and how it seems to keep happening, that it needed something drastic. And I think if each time now we see this more and more, each time there's racism in a stadium, if players are walking off pitches and the games are getting abandoned, I think we will see a decrease, because the majority of supporters who love going to watch football, pay for the day out, travel, ticket, they'll self-police more and more. The majority will take care of the minorities.
I mean, you'd like to think that somebody's basic human decency would have a word with somebody
It's hard,
or
isn't it?
report somebody
Yeah.
for making a disgusting racist comment. But as you say, there's also, it should be a secondary emotion, but hang on.
But you're more likely to do it when something affects you. If it doesn't really affect you, because you're
I'd
still
like
going
to think that wasn't their primary reason
No,
for doing
but-
it, but I
but-
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I know, you've got to be honest about it. I mean, it's intimidating as well. So a lot of these people that do it aren't young kids, they're grown men. So when it affects you and your enjoyment of something and your day out and your kids and your money, you know, as well as obviously...
That's I know you're saying that's secondary. But also
No, but it's relevant because it's true. So some people who have... Nobody's agreeing with racism. Nobody condones that behaviour. But very few stand up to it because of the intimidation and the fear around what's...
Well, they don't want the spotlight turned on themselves.
Yeah, of course. And as I say, the intimidating guys, we've seen it before. So then I think you would get more people who are missing out on something, the highlight of the week for many people, who would self-police more. Now, it might not
having
work,
it taken
Jeff.
away from them, and also as well, they might be totally against it and report it for both reasons.
Yeah,
for both reasons.
It might not work. We might, but I'll tell you
it
this.
was a watershed moment, though.
Yeah, watershed moment, and I'll give it a try. Let's give it a try because nothing else seems to be working.
OK, well, on balance, in our very, very first moment of the weekend, I think we're going to go with Danny. Terrific for Chichester, but I agree with you. Could indeed be a watershed moment.